You've got 3 important valid points in this comment, and I'd like to address them all. The first one will come last. But you're right, Joe Biden is not an asshole. He seems very compassionate. Joe Biden seems like a decent man. But it doesn't change the fact that deep down in Joe Biden's heart, he is a conservative. His voting record reflects that. His entire political career reflects that. He was a conservative for most of his early career and really only gets tagged with any kind of progressivism because he was on Obama's ballot. He was in the Obama administration. Joe Biden was the conservative balance the DNC could put with Obama to ensure the DNC kept money and power and Obama didn't go off the rails. Now, I don't like conservatives. I don't like conservatives in my family. People I found out who are conservatives, who were my friend, they're no longer my friends. I don't associate with conservatives. I've heard all of their ideas, all of their ideals. They have nothing to offer me anymore. I've evolved and progressed past them. As in, I've considered their position, I've considered all sides, and I've decided, based on fact and information, that those ideals, conservative ideals, don't apply in America today, don't work in America today, and won't work for Americans today. His voting record on almost every issue, what he was not able to do on same-sex marriage. Hell, he could barely get people in his own party on board for Obamacare. And the bailouts, I'm not giving him any credit on the bailouts because that was a case of America's economy failing or succeeding and continuing. So if you can't convince people to do that, what are you? So yeah, he's a decent human being, but he's a conservative Democrat. And see, progressivism used to run rampant in both parties. Teddy Roosevelt ran as a progressive. The great Teddy Roosevelt, the Republican Teddy Roosevelt, ran as a progressive. Eisenhower gets credit for progressivism, but that's mostly because of FDR's policies, the New Deal, and that's why Truman gets credit for a lot of progressivism, even though Truman was a genocidal racist. You know what I mean? Like, Truman was not a progressive, barely a Democrat. But progressivism was stamped out in both parties in the early 1950s. Listen to my podcast for more on that. As a result, there is no progressivism in the Republican Party anymore, and the Democratic Party has pushed progressivism into the corner. Just vote our way and be quiet. But the problem with it is most Americans are progressives. We've just been gaslit. They just don't want to admit it. Most Americans don't want to go bankrupt with medical bills. Most Americans don't want their prosperity stolen with student loans. Most Americans want Citizens United overturned, money out of politics, and term limits. Most Americans want livable wages, economic equality, and social justice. I mean, don't you want all that? Then there's this. Kennedy couldn't run, Johnson didn't run, and Carter got Reaganed. I'm not saying I think Kamala Harris is the answer in 24, but Biden could preserve democracy, set up his own legacy, resign, avoid a lame duck presidency, and set Kamala Harris up as the incumbent in 24.